So I talked about this before, and it's about Father PJ in Mullahoran in County Cavan. Now he's the only priest in the country. I have to say he's the most bravest priest in the country at the moment. Wish there was a lot more priests like him. Might as well say straight, he's a good priest. You can tell by just saying, he wants it belongs to the people. The church belongs to the people. He's not going to turn away the people from the church, and you know that straight away. As soon as you hear that, you're like, that's a good, solid priest right there. And we need more of that in the country. We need more people. We need more priests like that. We need more bishops like that. And that are willing to defy the government's rules, because it's obviously nonsensical closing the churches. It's the most safest place to be anywhere, out of anywhere in the country. Most safest place to be with God, and praying to Jesus, praying to God. Most safest place, being around the angels, lighting the candle, getting the sacraments. Most safest place. Like there's not another safest place in the world to be at the moment. And obviously the government don't really care. And we're the only country in Europe that doesn't have it to a certain degree open to the masses. Things like that. And same with Holy Communions and confirmations and things like this. There's no other thing. And there's no, and the OT won't have anybody on the fine day. But again, this priest, as I said, the Garretts and Calvin, as I was saying, I got on a good few county councillors about it. And long story short is, a good lot of them we can get back onto me, because I don't think they want to really get involved in this. And it's probably out of their reach. I might be honest with you, it's probably out of their control, because it's probably up to the Department of Health and Effort and on Garda Control Powers and the rest of them. I don't think it has. I think it's way above local authority level. As I say straight, but I did talk to the Cohillock, the Cavan County Council, about I mentioned it all. So Wiley, obviously I knew a very, for the churches to be open, the same as myself, the churches to be open fully. The same as myself. So obviously, but he has been fined, Father PJ, and again it's penal times. Again, it's back to the penal times. €500 he's fined. Now he could face prison, as I said before. He could face prison for this. And imagine, imagine even me having to say that. That sounds utterly ridiculous. Again, people saying to me, "What's this crime for? What?" Be face prison, give him a €500 fine. People who litter get 150 €. Sometimes they don't even get a fine for it. They just let off with a slap in the wrist. But yeah, this is you for opening the church to the people. That's what he's being fined for. Like, can anybody understand that? Anybody have any suggestions on how does that make any sense? But again, this country never made any sense. So what's the problem there? But again, it's a disgrace that the Celts these Celts and Calvin, he's still opening the church. So fair play to Father PJ. He's still opening the church. He's still letting people. He won't turn away his flock. He won't turn away his people. He's still opening the church, and the Celts are probably going out 24 hours a day, 7 days a week in Calvin. And would you believe they're sending out 2 Celts to go out and probably say to them not to open it and the rest of that. But it's a disgrace that they even go out, that the Celts even are going out and wasting their time going out. And ordering the churches to close, like, my God. And again, I did have a word with a few catechetists, but again, this is probably way out of the reach. And I say it's way out of my reach too, to be honest. Because I say it's higher powers. And I say there's higher powers involved. Because it's not on local level, I might be honest. Nobody on local level, I don't think anybody in the local community in Mullahoran, is against him opening the church. I haven't heard one person in Mullahoran or any part of the area around that area of Cavan. I never heard one of them saying to me that he should close the church. I never heard anybody on the local radio and newspaper. I had a look around. No, not one said he should close the church. Not one person said. Nobody at all in that local vicinity said they should. All very supportive for him. Same as really around off Cavan. Vast majority of people I know, even around my own community, and majority of them said he's dead right. And they said he shouldn't be. They should be just let off doing it, and shouldn't be anything done about it, because he's not breaking any laws. And that's true. He's not breaking any laws. And that's the vast majority of people's opinions in Cavan. I'm sure that's why the county councils haven't responded, because they probably just don't want to go against the government's narrative. But again, hopefully, maybe they might see sense. But again, I keep writing off my emails anyway. I keep annoying them. I write off to the guard office, what they got through Harvest's office. I write off to that and see what happens. How did that he listen to me? But you can only try. That's all you can do. As I say, God loves somebody who tries and does his best, and sometimes defies the rules of man to benefit the rules of society, I suppose. But again, I'm sure everybody would agree it's no harm to have 30, 40 people go to mass on a Sunday morning or Sunday evening, whatever. Um, Even if the social distance masks, again, meet us halfway. Government, meet us halfway. This is idiocy at its finest. That they're just fining a priest. Like, again, can anybody fathom that? Think about this. Think about this for 2 minutes. A priest being found and could face imprisonment if he doesn't pay this fine. He could face imprisonment of a month or two. Think about that, and he's willing to go to prison. He even said he's willing, and I fair play to him, because many strong men have fallen with that threat of being put in prison. So fair play, fair dues to him. I might be honest with you, fair dues to him. But this is the thing. You think OT in the West would be saying, how dare the government do this, go into his church and demand him to close it and thrown away the people. How dare you think OT be banging on the Garda Commissioner's door, asking them, how dare you do this? But again, OT won't do this. But again, I do my best. Again, I do my best to try and. But again, I have to say, the vast majority of people in Cavan are very supportive of him, and nobody's said. And as far as I'm aware, I haven't heard one member of general public, the general people of Cavan, say nothing. Like, they have basically been supportive of, said he should be allowed, and by God, he should be allowed. But the government have a different opinion than that, and the NEF and the HSE and the rest of them. But I do think the majority of county councils here too, and the majority of powers here in Cavan, are very supportive of him too, because I don't think it would look good for them to say, he should be put in prison and the rest. I don't think any of them will come out and say that kind of thing. But hopefully the guards do see sense, because again, never heard such a thing. Again, people being prosecuted for going to protests and things like that. They're entitled to protest, not stopping them from protesting. Unless they're fighting or something like that. That's, we have to be peaceful. But it's the same here. He's still breaking no laws. Again, he's every right to say mass to his flock and to his people. And people might be saying you could have done it fortunately, but I know one person did say that in the way they one time, you could have done it fortunately instead of opening the church. But I disagree, because again, it's better to be in person, getting the sacrament, get the holy communion, the sacraments, the sacraments, than being on the internet again. It's about being there too, because I remember when the time churches was open, 50 people allowed in. Down here, nothing happened. There was no cases or nothing like that. It all went off without a hitch. It was very orderly and everything. That they had the church cleaned every time, and I helped out with the church clean. I helped out clean some of the benches for the church too, the tops of the benches and where they were sitting and everything like that. No harm. Again, it was all done very professionally, and it was all done to the highest standards, and everybody was safe, and everybody was kept safe, and everybody was well. And the older people were able to go in and chat for a few minutes with the friends, people to see, outside the church. Nothing happened out of it. And again, there was no harm in it. Nothing, like, there was 50 people in each time. There was nothing happened. Not one case came along, nothing like that. It was all done very professionally, as I keep saying. It was done. Everything was top notch. And everything was done very professionally. So I don't see why the government have such a narrative against this. And again, they don't prosecute all religions. So, yeah, hopefully me, Martin and Leo, maybe even Minister Humphreys is at the moment Justice Minister. Maybe she might, she is the TD for Cavan and Mullen. Maybe she might, I don't know, maybe see some sense or something like that, because again, these need to be squashed. These charges need to be squashed on him. You shouldn't have this. Besides, I can't get over how I'm able to sit here in 24th century Ireland and say there's priests being prosecuted for saying mass. Can anybody see what I'm talking about? Like, it's just mad. It's just mad that this is just acceptable. And not by people in Cavan, but acceptable by the hierarchy government, that they say, this is fine. Western priests for saying mass. I don't know how they see that as acceptable, but yeah, please do support him. Please do support. Show him support online. Show him a huge support. More priests like him standing up and saying, churches are safe places to be. Let the people in. It's belong to the people. Let the people in, and let God take care of them. But again, they don't want that. But yeah, please do take care of everybody and show your support to a good Father PJ. Thank you.